But anyway, like I said, we have got ourselves an interesting thing going ahead. Is that we also have a contract signing supposedly after the race at Austria today. We got France and Austria. And if you take a look at where our progress is at this point in time, yeah, we're still hovering at about 455, 460 on the Vehicle Performance Index. As you can see, quite clearly below the Alpha Tauri, the Haas. It's like a good 35, 40 points off of it at this point in time. So we're still trying to play catch-up with the rest of the grid, which we're going to be doing for this season, for next season. Hopefully by Season 3, it won't come to that. We'll be firmly in the mid-pack by Season 3, so we're not playing catch-up anymore. But as you can see, like, the top three are still slowly pulling away: Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull. Actually, Racing Point is starting to catch up to Red Bull. You take a look at their graph right now. They've slowly just continued to improve their car. Though I will say this, all the teams that have, like, leveling off points with their car right now, they're probably saving up their resource points to then dump everything like mid-season, or they themselves are waiting for that time frame where, you know, the regulations come down, they got to move everything over. That's probably what they're waiting on. Now, as for me, what I should be doing is I should be doing something similar as far as regulations go, because you take a look, of course, when the regulations normally come down, Russia, Japan, around that time. I feel like I'm going to build up as much as I can until the Belgian Grand Prix, and then just do a hard stop after the Belgian Grand Prix and start saving my R&D points so that whenever the regulations come down, whatever departments get hit, I can then immediately transfer that over to make sure all of those parts get brought over to next season, so I don't have to start over again, because that's the one thing that especially being the worst car in the grid right now, that is the one thing that I don't want to have to do, is I don't want to have to start all over again on anything, whether it's chassis, aero. I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather have all the parts necessary built up and regulated for next season, so that I don't have to lose that a whole chunk of my development. That's the last thing I want. Excuse me. So yeah, basically that's what I'm going to do going up to the Belgian Grand Prix. I'm going to try and develop as much of the car as I possibly can, which, as it stands right now, did not mean to do that. I currently do have a couple of the chassis major parts coming on in. This should be done before the Austrian Grand Prix. As you can see, the engine cover, weight reduction, and the heel dispersing wheel rims, those should be done before the Austrian Grand Prix. And yes, you notice there, I am doing something for my engine. I am trying to build some engine power, because I had noticed that as far as my engine goes, yes, I built one thing up and, oh hey, we were the 4th highest on the grid. Yeah, we have started to fall down the pecking order as far as our engine goes, so I figured, I might as well add a little bit of engine power to my car in order to give it a little bit of extra boost going forward in this season. And that should actually put me back up into either 3rd or 4th spot by the time it gets done. So, once again, engine not really my priority this season. It's all about the chassis, it's all about the aero. So once I get enough engine points, enough resource points again, I will, in fact, go and build up these two things right here. As you can see, the front wing cascades and the rear diffuser. I'll build those out and hopefully get a little bit more aero, a little bit better downforce to keep the car rooted onto the ground. So we'll do that. But going forward, as it stands right now, we're going into the French Grand Prix. Race number 10, still trying to search for our first points of this career mode. Can we do it? Possibly by the end of the season, we might be able to pip a point. It'll be, you know, something that would be very, very lucky if we did, but, you know, anything is possible, right? I am not too happy about those clouds covering the actual race. So I'm not, and we also aren't getting a weather forecast, which is also very suspect. I'm not too happy about that. We'll have to go into the practice and see what the weather forecast is going to be like for the race, because it shows clouds. I'm not too keen about seeing those clouds there. Hey, what's going on, Halvey and Pineapple? Oh, man. So I'll be happy to inform you that I was able to win my my fantasy football for this week, thanks to Drew Brees not sucking in the second half of the game yesterday. So I was able to get a win. And yes, I know there is a football match going on tonight, but nobody of consequence for me or for my opponent.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
It says you are pretty new to this game. You're playing on 70 difficulty. Is that bad? No, it's not really bad. It's all about how comfortable do you feel playing at that difficulty. Yeah, I didn't think he would have had a big slump this season. Though this also could very well be Drew Brees' final season, too. Well, that's good. If you feel like you're gradually getting better, continue moving up the difficulty. I would say that if you're starting to see yourself move further ahead of the mid-pack, try moving the difficulty up by a couple of ticks. Like, if you're starting to win races pretty handily, I would say definitely move the difficulty up. Move it up until it starts feeling a little harder for you. I know, Pineapple, that's why I'm hoping to build this car's speed up over the course of this career. I knew damn well going into this career was not going to be easy. Yes, Pineapple, I don't have the tally sheet next to me, but I can safely say you're probably the 100th person to tell me that I can remove the halo pillar in the middle. I am comfortable with driving with it like it's. I've driven in cockpit mode for, fuck, I don't know, well over a year, definitely in other sims before I even got into F1. And for me, I just wanted to keep the realism of driving with the halo pillar, so I left it in. And I have no intentions of getting rid of it. I mean, as I may mention before, I drive iRacing, and iRacing has the new updated IndyCar, which has the arrow screen and the halo pillar down the middle. That one, you only drive in cockpit mode, so you gotta deal with the halo pillar. So, honestly, it's not that big of a deal for me to keep the halo pillar down the middle. Like I said, it just adds to the realism. Oh, I'm sure it's easier. I'm not saying that I want it to be easier. And also, if that's how you personally like to play it, then that's fine. If you want to play T-pillar mode or drive T-pillar mode, you want to drive cockpit mode without the halo pillar, it's fine. However, whatever makes it enjoyable for you in the game. For me, this is enjoyable for me. And this is how I want to play the game. I would say the only thing that I would say is easy mode for me is by having this driving line on. But I do plan on weaning myself off of the driving line before the end of the year. Like, I want that to be a goal. By the end of the year, I want to be able to drive these tracks without a driving line. Hey, what's going on, Merman? You took Albon's seat, so it's you and Max currently at Red Bull. How's that been going on for you? I mean, obviously take away the difficulty side. How has racing been so far for you? Oh, going wide. You start a Renault career because you like the sound of the engine. Hey, whatever you like, man. I know some people like the different sounds of the engines. Obviously, I'm running a Mercedes. In fact, I've run a Mercedes pretty much every career that I have done in this game. I did the Mercedes engine with the My Team career and only picked that. And now, of course, Williams, they have the Mercedes engine within them. I have not played with the Ferrari engine. I haven't played with the Renault. I haven't played with the Honda. So I don't really know what they sound like. How do I keep my tires on purple? You struggle when you have them green. As far as the tire management goes, don't brake when you turn. Like that's the number one thing that'll cause your line to go. Jeff, shut up. That's the one thing that'll definitely cause your line to shift down to the red side is if you brake when you're turning, especially if you brake hard when you turn. Also, try to ease the wheel going into the turns. Don't be jerky with it, and slowly accelerate coming out of the turns as well, because if you accelerate too much, that'll cause extra wheel spin, which in turn will scrub the tires and drop it so that you have extra tire wear on your tires. So don't brake while you turn. Be easy on the turns when you're going in, coming out, and don't quickly accelerate coming out of the turns. Those are the three things that I would say that I do personally and could possibly help you out. Find it easier or more fun to play with the midfield teams because it's hard to get top 5? I mean, if I had to choose a team that was not Williams or any of the the top 3 teams, I would go with McLaren. I also tried driving with Haas at the very start of this F1 2020 game and realized that it was just as bad as driving a Williams. Haas are almost just as bad as Williams in this game. Ah, damn it. Alright, let's try again. Why? What does the Honda engine do when you coast? Does it like crack and bubble like if you're coming off of turbo? Oh, Danny Ricciardo's a fucking riot, man. In fact, when Kimi Räikkönen retires, I've already sweared my allegiance to Danny Ricciardo. And I feel like the team of Danny and Lando is going to make for some amazing highlights for 2021 and beyond for McLaren. I think Daniel Ricciardo is going to be such a great mentor for Lando, and I think it will also put a foot up the rear of all the McLaren engineers to make that car better. That's all good. We got purple here. There we go. Purple for ERS. You'll love to see it. I don't want to touch the fuel management because I know I suck at fuel management. I never seem to get fuel management right. And when I'm in the Williams, I'm already going to be slow as it is. Might as well not bother with the fuel management because I'm going to try and push this thing to the limit, and it's not going to match the time delta. And almost the same thing with qualifying pace. I know for a fact that I can get the time deltas on some tracks, but most of the time I'm not going to meet the qualifying pace practice program just because how slow the Williams is. So I'm just going to forego that. We'll go right to race strategy. We'll finish up that as our practice. I don't really need to turn extra laps around France. It's one of those tracks where, while I hate the layout, I do know how to drive it. I'd rather just get right into the meat and potatoes of the stream. Let's get right into qualifying, get right into the race. When you do fuel management, it messes with your race strat? Really? I'm actually kind of surprised about that, because I did that for my team career, and I didn't really notice any difference with the race strat, personalized race strat at all. I don't know, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but it didn't look to me like it was all that much different to what it should have been had I just done the race strategy. Oh yeah, I've done that before, where I've gotten the delta up. I've gotten the delta up to like a second plus, and then I cheese it right at the end just by coasting. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done. Where I get the time delta so far up and then just start coasting, so I could cheese it so that that line goes from green to purple. But like I said, in this Williams, I don't think I have that ability to cheese it like I would if I had a faster car, if I was in my team career mode car. I am also kind of surprised that I have my time delta as it is, because I practice at 80. Okay, just as a little, behind the curtain look at what I do. I do practices at AI level of 80s because I know for a fact I can hit the time deltas at level of 80. I race and qualify at 95. However, if I tried to do practice programs at 95, no way would I ever hit the deltas. It would just not be a thing. Trying to hit practice program deltas at 95 just never works. How's Mick doing? I've raced 4 races so far, Tykesman, and Mick has won all 4 of them. Mick has won all 4 of them. I've won, I shouldn't say I've won. I came in second in all of those races. So yeah, Mick is kind of OP with my team. Oh yeah, I do the same thing, Merman. I take the 60-point penalty just to get a brand new engine. And I feel like that. Oh no, I'm taking a 60-point penalty in a Williams. It's oh no, I'm moving from 19th to 20th. It's not that big of a difference. Like for me, taking a brand new engineer at Williams, it's not going to matter all that much. But I know trying to do it for strategy-wise, if you're in the other teams, the higher, the better teams, then you got to figure out strategy as to when should you take. Oh, really? When should you take that penalty? Yeah, dude, Mick has a boosted pace of 100. His base pace is 95, his boosted pace is 100. I think he's got 85 awareness, he's got 89 racecraft. His experience isn't all that great, because of course he was an F2 driver. Which doesn't really matter much, because that's only strictly for R&D points. But yeah, his other boosted stats are just fucking godly. And I think Albon went back to Red Bull. And so far, I want to say that he's currently in like 5th. So it's not like he's dropped that far off after winning the title last year, but of course he's not in my car. He doesn't have all my special OP boosters to help him out anymore. See, and after the information that I was given, Merman, apparently it's better to do it for the US Grand Prix instead of the Mexican Grand Prix, due to the fact that the AI is weaker at the Mexican Grand Prix. And the stats have all been laid out on Sarancia's Discord, that it turns out that Mexico is one of the weakest tracks the AI does well on. So if anything, you don't take the grid penalty at Mexico, you take it at the US, so you can have that brand new engine to just wreck face at Mexico. Fire Mick and get Mahavir. Yeah, try and get the Lord and Savior back on the team now that I have a plus 15 boost to everything. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Except the fact that I've got Mahavir on my team. If anything, getting Mahavir on my team will help me out in me winning the driver's title. If I dump Mick. You finished 6th? Oh, nice, dude. You finished 6th in the rain. That's a feat. After starting last. Now, this thing is just having so much trouble getting pace. I have not hit 200 miles an hour, not even on the straights. The AI was super weak at Mexico, we're talking about, right? Yeah, that's what I made mention to. The AI being super weak. And I've done that before, where I have taken the grid penalty at Mexico, only to come back and finish just outside the points. Whereas if I took it the week before at US and was able to do a proper run in Mexico, I was able to get substantially more points. God damn it. Substantially more points at the Mexican Grand Prix than I would have at the US Grand Prix, had I done the US Grand Prix normally. Because for me personally, I'm better at the Mexican track than I am at the US track. So for me personally, it would be better to take that grid penalty for the US and just have it all ready to go for Mexico. No, it's okay. As I may mention before, you play on whatever difficulty you want to play on that makes it most enjoyable for you. I will say that, however, if you are like whooping the field by like 5-10 seconds at a time, then I'd say maybe try and boost the difficulty up. Maybe it's a bit too easy for you then. Alright, final lap around here for the practice program. Be getting about 700-800, I think, R&D points. And I did make mention that it's going to take about 2,600 to get those aero parts that I wanted. Alright, program done. Tykesman, I would say if you want to do it with Mick, go ahead. I would still say, like, the best ones are obviously Jack Aiken, Nick DeVries, Nobuharu Matsushita. Those are the 3 that are the best. But the only reason why I didn't choose Mick when I did my first run through of my team career was because everybody and their mother was choosing Mick because, oh, it's Mick Schumacher, it's the son of a legend, let's make him into a driver's champion. That was the only reason why I did not choose Mick, because everybody was doing it. I wanted to go a different route. And plus, of course, I was kind of overspending on my initial setup, so I kind of had to go with Mahavir, unfortunately, but, you know, it's how things turn out. It's how it turned out. Alright, so let's get... Oh, that's right, I wanted to take a look and see what the weather was going to be like for the main race. Forgot about that. I'll do it in qualifying. Hey, I got new gloves. Wonderful. I actually want to get that livery. That level 30 livery.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Who are? What?
Yeah, Monaco is my most hated track to drive in this game. Straight up. I do not like driving Monaco at all, and I hate it even more when I have to do it in the rain. I know a lot of people say, oh, I just skip it if it's in the rain. I did a 100% super wet Monaco race in my team career mode. Why? Because, 1, I was suicidal and crazy. But number 2, it was one of those tracks where I said before the season started, I'm going to do a 100% race of this track. And it just so happened that the F1 gods hauled me out of my hubris and said, okay, you are going to have a monsoon the entire race through. The damn race took almost 2 hours. It was a shit show. And I vowed I am never, ever, ever going to race Monaco again if it is going to be that wet. I'm never racing Monaco again if it's going to be that wet of a track. I did, but also at the same time, I kind of wanted to do it in the back of my mind. I kind of felt like I wanted to do it in the back of my mind, but when you guys in the chat said, oh, you should do it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. We'll go ahead and do it. And so it was written, and so it shall pass. So it shall be done. Skip practice. It was okay. Wasn't too terribly bad. Alright, so yeah, that's about another 800 points. George Russell giving me the fucking death stare over here. Wait, what? Wait, why'd my driver acclaim go down? Why did it go from 5 to 4? What happened? That's the first time I had my driver acclaim just shoot downwards like that. Okay. Is it because I didn't do the extra practice? That's kind of bullshit if it was. I'm kind of confused, man. I'm really kind of confused over that one. Alright, so yeah, there is still nothing as far as weather forecast. So we'll take a look. Before I get into qualifying, I'll just take a look at what the weather forecast is like. Like I said, it shows that it is cloudy during the race, which indicates that there is going to be rain, but we need to see when the rain is coming. Alright, just made sure, yeah, I've got all new engine parts. As far as my R&D tree goes, as I may mention before, 1250 for one, and I think it's going to boost up to like 1350 for the other side. So yeah, like I said, I need at least 2600 if I want to build up both of the aero parts at the same time, which I won't be getting until after the Austria race. For a fact, I won't be getting until after the Austria race. Alright, so let's get our qualifying done. Yeah, that was really fucking weird. How it just dropped the way it did. Alright, sensor fault.
Mate, we've got a sensor issue, and we're going to be stuck here for a while as we fix it.
Okay, that's fine. It gives me time to take a look and see what the weather is going to be like. Alright, so I was right in the fact that it is going to be raining. It's going to be raining towards the end of the race. So figure it's a 27 lap race. Figure it's going to rain, I don't know, since we don't know like a good 25-minute span, it could be raining anywhere between the last lap of the race all the way to like 10 laps to the end of the race. We just don't know. But just got to prepare for the wet weather that is going to be coming down. That will be coming down. All right, who's out on track? Is anybody out on track right now? Yeah, it's a busy track. Yeah, honestly, I don't really care about when I go out on track. Because, as I may mention before, I am not going to be getting out of Q1. The Dutch Grand Prix was a special case. I don't know how I got out of Q1, but I did. It's on Ion TV. Alright, there you go. See, for me, I gotta hope that Devin Singletary and John Brown do well so I can facilitate the trade with my cousin for Kyler Murray. Because that's what my trade offer for him was. It was Devin Singletary and John Brown for Kyler Murray. So I really gotta hope that both of those do well. Both of them do well. In order for it to sway his decision on agreeing to the trade. Do I like Zandvoort? I actually do. Like, it's not in my top 5 tracks to drive on here. Not yet. But it is definitely one of my favorite new tracks to drive in this game. And hell, I drove it beforehand on the iRacing service, because it's one of the tracks that it scanned into the game, but it scanned it in from the, I think the 2014-2015 layout, so the pre-update of Zandvoort. And I didn't really like driving it like that, because I can only drive it with GT cars. GTE, GT3 cars. So it wasn't really all that best in terms of grippiness of the track. I was sliding around all over the place. So when I heard that Zandvoort was coming into the 2020 calendar, I was stoked because it gave me the opportunity to drive it in an actual F1 car. And since the time that it came out in the game, I've loved it. I have, in fact, loved driving the track. Like I said, as it stands right now, where it is in my list of favorite tracks to drive, it's not in my top 5 yet. Like, I think that right now, it's between Silverstone, Interlagos, and Zandvoort fighting it out for my 5th spot. But right now, Silverstone is in my top 5. Alright, so what time did I get? 18th? 19th. I got 19th. If I want to move up, I gotta get 5/10 faster. Somehow I need to get 5/10 faster if I want to move up to 18th. I just don't see that happening. I'm actually faster than Russell, but I don't see that staying for very much longer. Yeah, Tykesman, like I said, I still have Drew Brees as my quarterback. I have Gardner Minshew from the Jacksonville as my backup, but the way that Gardner has just been putting up consistent numbers, like we're talking Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers from 3-4 years ago, consistent numbers, I think I might be starting him. I'm definitely going to be starting him next week because the Saints have a bye week. So I'm hoping that he pulls off something special. Yeah, Madness, I would say that F1 2019 is fine if you don't like if you did get sold on the My Team career. Oh, really? If you didn't get sold on the My Team career, which was the whole reason why I pre-ordered the game. If you didn't get sold on that, then I would say, yeah, stick with F1 2019, because really the only thing that changed was the addition of Vietnam and the Dutch Grand Prix and the My Team career. Otherwise, save your money, wait till it goes on sale. thinking I probably should have dropped down into the second gear again. What I should be doing. What I normally do there. Well, I'll get a better time, but it's not going to push me up into 18th. It'll keep me in 19th, if anything. You just like to drive the new tracks, you're not interested in my team? Okay, it's fair. I just don't think that buying a new game full price just for 2 new tracks is a reasonable thing to do. But it's your money. If you want to do it, then go right ahead. But yeah, Zandvoort, yeah, that first curb, if you apex that too shallow, you are going for the spin cycle. If you touch that curb on turn 1, you are dead, my man. You know that, I know that, everybody knows that. That has driven this track. Alright, so both Williams boys are out. Both Alpha Tauris out of France as well. And same thing with Kevin Magnussen. He is not answering the call to Q2. So, alright, let's go ahead. Let's move on. It sucks, but let's gotta deal with it. Oh, hey, it's Claire again.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Yeah, that's another thing. If you play it a lot, it is worth the money.
Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment?
Ooh, who would be my newest rival? Do I go with Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Gasly, Raikkonen? Now, here's the thing. Kvyat and Gasly they're very spotty. Like, sometimes they'll be in the top 10, other times they'll be down near me. They're very, very spotty.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Flyguard XC, thank you very much for the follow, my man. Hope you're doing well. Kimmy's another one of those spotty guys where it just seems like he goes all over the place. He could finish a top 10, he could finish down near me. Giovinazzi feels like he's the most consistent in that he will start a race right around 15th, 16th, and he might finish right around 15th, 16th. He seems to be the most consistent in terms of finishing on the grid. Whereas the rest, they could be all over the place. They could start high, start low, end high, end low. Doesn't matter. They're just all over the place. Yeah, but that's the thing, Wait When. He may be starting 18th now, but who's to say that the next few races down the line, he just shoots right back up? That's what I'm looking at. Alright, so I'm actually going to go with Giovinazzi as my rival here.
Do you have any comments about this team?
They're good. Mercedes are good.
Appreciate your time.
What do you really want me to say? Mercedes are good. You want me to say that they're bad? Want me to slander Mercedes? I mean, shit. I've got their engine in my car. Do you really think I'm going to slander them? I've got my eye on you, Antonio. You're my rival now. Hey, I'm back up to Driver Acclaim 5, which I never should have dropped out in the first place. It is what it is, though. That was really weird. Like, no joke. That was really weird that I dropped out. That I dropped that low from practice. Maybe they want me to do more practices now. Now that I'm up to driver level 5, they want me to do more practice time. I don't know. But it does seem really weird that we actually got nothing when it comes to as an explanation as to why it dropped down that low. Alright, so we do have a weather forecast, and fortunately, it does not look like that it is going to rain for very long. If anything, it's going to rain for the last 4 laps, maybe 5, just going by that grid. Because I'm thinking that this little bit of cloudiness right here could turn into rain early on. Because, as I may mention before, each block is a 5-minute segment. So it could rain at any point in time during this 5-minute block. We don't know of how early it'll start or how late it'll start, but definitely it'll be raining for the last 5 minutes of the race, which constitutes, what, the last 3 laps, maybe 4? And then we just gotta take a look into, would it actually rain deep into this block? So then we gotta add probably another couple more laps on top of that. So I'm thinking that it's gonna rain starting around lap 20. Fair estimate is that it's gonna rain starting around lap 20. Now, whether or not that it's going to bring out the full wet tires remains to be seen. If anything, we'll be full wets, or not full wets, but we'll be on the wet tires, the intermediate tires, probably for the last 2-3 laps of the race. Safe estimate. Rain will come down at lap 20. We'll get on intermediate tires lap 24, lap 25. That's going to be my estimate. So we're starting 19th. Let's hope for a decent race. I don't know how much more decent it can be than the 14th that I got at the Dutch Grand Prix.
Welcome along then to France, host of the world-famous Tour de France. But we're not talking 2 wheels today, we're talking 4.
Yes,
in a country
Crofty.
widely thought of as giving birth to the art of motor racing back in the late 1800s. We've come a long way since then, and you're about to find out how far. It's time for the French Grand Prix. A lap of Paul Ricard then consists of 15 corners and a total length of around 3.6 miles. Drivers will need to position their cars carefully on the exit of the flat-out turn 10, ready for the double apex right-hander at 11. Watch out for potential overtaking action at the end of the start-finish straight and into the heavy braking zone of turn 8.
Oh, I've done the overtaking on turn 1 here before many
minutes
times.
Away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position.
Of course he is.
It's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Perez, Stroll.
Leclerc had to have
Sainz,
taken a grid
and
penalty.
Lando Norris. Ocon, Leclerc.
Yep, there he
has
is.
taken a grid penalty. Kimi Raikkonen and Grosjean.
Oh, that Kimi's starting
Giovinazzi,
13th.
Fiat, Kevin Magnussen, and Pierre Gasly. O'Brien and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Who's DNFing? Well, I really hope Giovinazzi will.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Like, no joke, I would be really stoked if Giovinazzi DNF'd in this race. Alright, I'm curious as to who is starting on what tires. No way Grosjean... Well, yeah, it's possible. See, it would have been great if he DNF'd when I actually had him as a rival, so I can, jump him. Alright, so it's looking like pretty much everybody from 10th place back is starting on mediums. Okay. I think, what? We'll go medium... Ooh, do we go medium soft, and then when the rain comes, we then switch? Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Because if the rain's going to be coming late, we're going to go medium soft. Alright, so edit the strategy. Yeah, this is what we'll do. We'll do medium soft. Oh, they're going to say lap 16, really. Alright, then here's the thing. We'll go medium hard, so that what we'll do is we'll go 12 laps on the medium tires, and then mid-race we'll switch to the softs. Hold on. Actually, we'll go... Here, we'll go... do I go 13 or 14 laps on the mediums? Because then if I'm thinking that it's going to be like another 10 laps until the actual need for slicks comes out, that's what we'll do. So we'll go 14 laps. We'll go 14 laps on the medium tires, swap out for the slicks, and then 10 laps in, 10 laps on those slick tires, those softs. More than likely it'll say, come in for the wets. We're going to need to come in pit for wets. Or do I do double medium? That's another thing. Do I do double medium and then hope for the best that, we're going to need to come in for intermediate tires anyway, like swap on the last lap, go out on intermediates, and then, that's my fulfilling of tires. I think we'll do this just to be safe. We'll go 14 laps on the medium, swap to the soft, and, You know, we'll probably go 10 laps on the soft before the game decides we got to come in for intermediates. Just don't spin. I mean, we've done that enough times, Purple. We've done that enough times. Yeah, double medium is definitely a gamble. Here, if I go double medium, yeah. That's not what I want. Yeah, double medium is definitely a gamble in the hopes that there is enough rain by the time the race is over, like with at least a lap to go, to come in and switch for intermediates. So I think we'll take the gamble. Invalid strategy. Okay, the game does not want me to do that. The game legitimately says you cannot do this. Good to know. So I guess that we'll switch it in the middle. We'll switch it in the middle of the race. Because we cannot start with the strategy. The game physically says you cannot start with this strategy. So we'll do that. Alright, here we go. Oh, Gasly, don't do that. Getting bullied over here right away. God damn, getting bullied already by this gaggle of people here. Oh, coming around the inside. And overtaking George. Legitimate overtake. Add that to the tally. Yeah, we're in double digits. Oh, yeah, you're right, Rolf. Actually, you're right. I realize that now.
Currently, the fastest lap is a 1 minute 39.1.
Oh no, I've got 0 points. We're the only team that has no points. Yep, even Haas has points. No, we're talking about overtakes. At this point in time, I'm getting giddy over overtakes. Because this car, this Williams, is just not powerful. I know I'm playing Williams. I understand the challenges by playing Williams. I understand the risk. That's why I'm saying that I'm getting giddy over overtakes. Because this car should not be overtaking anybody. Did I play my team? Yes, I did, Robbie. Played 3 seasons of it and won the Constructors title twice.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I really wish that I can shut him up. I already have it set that he can only talk at a very, very limited amount of time. But yes, I have played my team career mode won the Constructors title twice. Driver's title was won by Alexander Albon. Car became so OP that I just didn't really want to play it anymore, which is what led me to wanting to do a Williams career. And yes, if you want to check out all of the backlogged stuff, because guaranteed it's not on Twitch anymore, you can go check out my YouTube channel, as what was just linked by Tykesman. And I should be starting to upload these career modes on my YouTube channel soon. I do have all the files on my computer ready to be edited and updated, or uploaded. But as of right now, everything that was in my team career, that's all on my YouTube channel. So if you ever want to take a look and see how my progress went, it's all there and all documented. Of course, you can give it a subscribe if you want. The whole point is not really to see how many subscribers I get on YouTube. The whole point is to draw you guys to watching my Twitch streams live. My team career, though, is really fun. Like, I do enjoy what they added to it. And hell, it is the reason why I pre-ordered this game in the first place. Because when I first heard what they were doing to this game, it's like, oh, they're basically making this Motorsport Manager. They added in some features that make it Motorsport Manager-like. They could go further than that in future iterations of the game. In fact, I want them to go further than that in future iterations. But yeah, like I said, my team was fun. My team was really, really fun. Well, like I said, the car became too OP, and I was not really up to just waffle stomping opponents anymore at 95 difficulty. So I wanted to start fresh with something new and challenging. Yeah, they're going off in the distance because they're all DRS training. That is always my problem. By 3 laps in, I am away from the pack, so I cannot get the DRS train. I cannot be a part of the DRS train. What's going on, Frostbite? I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing fine. So I will say this, though. We found out at the Dutch Grand Prix that this Williams car can keep up with the rest of the pack in the rain. So that's what I'm hoping for, is that when the rain comes, this car can shine. Yeah, but Robbie, at that point in time, I might as well just start a new My Team career. If I just let everything in the R&D lapse, I might as well just start a new My career. Which somewhere down the line, I do plan on doing another My Team career that is fully crowdfunded by you in the chat. Like, you in the chat make the decision over driver, engine, etc. But as far as when that'll come down, I have no idea. It's just in the future. I hate that fucking turn. That's probably the worst turn on this circuit. It's turn 3 right there. Yeah, can you believe that Williams almost had a chance at points? Like 2 times so far this season? The first being the Austrian Grand Prix, where...
to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
The first being the Austrian Grand Prix, where 9 cars didn't even finish the damn race, but wouldn't you know, it was Nicholas goddamn Latifi finishing in 11th. The closest that Williams will get at points. So close yet so far. Alright, a lot of the leaders, former leaders, coming on in, swapping out their soft tires. What is that, 33 Liam? Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well, bud. Hope you enjoy the stream. For everybody that has stopped on by, first-time viewer, thank you very much. My name is Brian. I'll be your host for this evening. Be interested to know where you're from, who's your favorite driver, what's your favorite Grand Prix, and if you play this game, what's your favorite track to drive?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And as also, Purple Tentacles with the follow. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, it's O'Brien in the game because for some reason the game doesn't have just Brian as a call. Codemasters needs to fix that. If they have O'Brien on their call sign, they gotta have just Brian as a call sign. Makes no goddamn sense that they don't have Brian on there. Currently, my favorite driver is Kimi Räikkönen, but as soon as he retires, I'm switching my allegiance to Daniel Ricciardo. All thanks to Drive to Survive. Made him very likable. Just seems to be a fun-loving guy. Just go to a pint, shoot the shit with. My favorite track IRL is actually the Monaco track. For historical purposes, and also because if I watched an F1 race in the last 5 years, it was only Monaco, because it was on the same day as Indianapolis. Indy 500. It's like racing Christmas. Watching Monaco and the Indy 500 on the same day, that is racing Christmas. Favorite track is anything but Vietnam. I agree with you on that. Vietnam, I cannot drive Vietnam or Monaco in this game. I know, which is weird. I like Monaco IRL, but oh my god, I cannot drive the track. It is a nightmare. My favorite track to drive in game, though, is Canada. Spa is a close second. Monza, Austria, and as I may mention before, Silverstone, top 5. Zandvoort and Interlagos are real close. I do like those tracks. Liam Dubai, get out of here, man. Okay, serious question. Do you really like Dubai? Yeah, because I feel like it is one of those generic tracks, and it's also a Tilke track and not one of Tilke's best. I honestly don't like Dubai. I can't stand it as a track layout. I can't stand even more that it is considered the final race of the season. Like I said, as a Tilke track, you could have done a lot better with it. It's not good. Okay, fair. Thank you. You got me almost having a heart attack over here, Liam. It's like, somebody actually likes Dubai? What? D-Money's a neutral, but he's going to go follow McLaren because of Danny Rick. Yeah, it seems like Danny Rick, like I said, Danny Rick's a fan favorite. Him and Lando Norris at McLaren next year are going to make McLaren a fan favorite team. And there's no shred of a lie right there. McLaren are going to be the fan favorite team for next year. Oh boy, it's Verstappen. I can hear the Eurobeat bumping from his car. Hey, what is this, boss music? George Russell trying to get to the inside of me. Come on, bruh. George, I would like for you to block for me. Don't try to pass me. Block for me. I want the better positioning. But yeah, I'm seeing Belgium in there from Vasilopoulos. Belgium, Spa being a very good track. See, I know, obviously, Spa is the current Belgium Grand Prix track, but whenever somebody says Belgium, there's like, okay, there's Spa, but also in the past, Zolder used to be the Belgian Grand Prix track. Which is why whenever I talk about tracks, I would like the actual name of the track and not just the Grand Prix. Because, of course, there are multiple tracks that have been used for Grand Prix in the past. French Grand Prix has not just been here at Paul Ricard, it's been elsewhere. Spanish Grand Prix has been elsewhere, not just Barcelona. But yes, I understand you're referencing in the now. Don't get me wrong. I know you're referencing the tracks in the now. But it's like, man, there's been more than one track that the Belgian Grand Prix has played host to, or the German Grand Prix, or the French Grand Prix. Norris is in a Mercedes clone. Yeah, well, McLaren are going to be going back to the Mercedes engine next year. That is true. Okay, D-Money, that is a lie, and you know it. that is a bait, a very bad bait job at that. Still holding out, and made mention that I'm going to be pitting on lap, what was it, 13?
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Yep, I'm pitting on lap 13. Pit for mediums, and then hoping for early rain, so I can make this strategy work. Otherwise, I'm going to get DQ'd, and I'm not going to be too happy about it. Oh man, my tires are fucking worn to hell. Oh, thanks, Albon. Shit.
Rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, what's going on, Spade? The hell, Albon, passing on the outside over the white line. You know, just doing illegal things and shit. What are Red Bull going to do without Hondas? Now, here's the thing, Purple. It's been speculated that Porsche of all companies could be getting into the F1 market next year as an engine manufacturer. And if they do, Red Bull is going to choose them as their engine.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Well, D-Money, if that's the case, I've got like 2 or 3 from 1987 that I could choose from. Either go Watkins, I could do Long Beach, I could do, I think Dallas maybe ran one in 87, I don't know. But I know that there were at least 2 US Grand Prix in 87. Watkins, Glen, and Long Beach, I believe, were those 2. Pretty sure Red Bull will make their own engines. I'm not so sure about that. That's not a rumor that I've been hearing. Yeah, it'll be fueled by their Red Bull caffeine drinks. That's exactly it. Like, that's not oil in the tank. That is Red Bull energy.
George is coming in for his stop. We want to pit this lap, so push now.
Mine tier 2, it feels like it. I'm running a GP2 engine in F1. I have become Fernando Alonso. They said in 10 minutes time, so yeah, like I said, that's roughly around lap 20. That's what I had predicted. Lap 20 was when the rain was going to be coming in. Weather forecast. Weather.
Okay, copy that.
Fuck off, Jeff! Weather forecast.
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Piece of shit technical director. So yeah, we're gonna make our pit stop now to get onto another set of mediums. Damn it, Curtis, I will speak to him as much as in his tone as I possibly want to, alright? You don't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. Alright. How you doing, Jack? Thanks for stopping by. Same thing with you, Curtis. Alright, going out on the mediums. Coming out in 19th place. What'd you expect? Jack, I thought the Mafia remake was good. Did you not like it? I have proof that I am older than you, Curtis. Don't even start. Do not even start with me. Yeah, there is proof. Oh man, how's everything been on with your FIFA streams, bud? Like FIFA pack opening is not really my thing, but you know you're getting a fair turnout, would you? Yeah, you with your facts and your logic. We don't have that here. This is America. We don't deal with facts and logic. Shit. Jeff, shut up.
Understood. Copy that.
Easiest way to kill that is tell Jeff to shut up for no reason. Because I pressed the wrong button again. Meant to switch my MFD, not my voice commands. Alright, so I'm going to get ready for inter tires. Okay, my inters are set. So that the next time I pit, I'm on inter tires. Try and get the vibe for streaming again? Yeah, I feel you. I started streaming again back in April, and it was like a good 7-8 months since the last time I streamed before then. So yeah, it takes some getting used to get back into the flow of things. But once you're in it, you're in it. You know exactly what you need to do, and it all just goes uphill from there. Onwards and upwards, my man. So that being said, you got FIFA 21. I know there's not been a lot of good review on it. How have you been liking the game, though? Wow, that is terrible broadband. Did I just see a water droplet? Trying to see if I saw a water droplet hit my screen. Yeah, I used to play FIFA back in the day. Not very long, though. I think I only got 4 FIFA games in my life, and 2 of them were the World Cup game. 2010 and 2014. And then I got FIFA 12 and FIFA 17 for Origin, and I do recall streaming it at a time for like a month, and I was dog shit at it. I tried playing people online, I was dog shit, so I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna touch this much anymore. Okay, false alarm on the rain for now. It's just the light coming off of the halo. Hey, thank you very much for the raid there, Streefusi. Thank you very much for coming on in and with the raid. Hope you had yourself a wonderful stream. And for everyone coming on in from said raid, you guys enjoy yourself. My name is Brian. I'll be your host for this evening. We're currently doing a Williams career mode, trying not to suck with them, even though it's not going so great. Since it is Season 1, I am still building my car out. MRL Freeware, how you doing, bud? And Yoda! Enter the stream you have. How's everyone doing this fine evening? Yeah, I was gonna say I have no idea how you pronounce it. Streefoons. I tried. How you doing, Fresh Prince? Thanks for stopping by. Streefusi says Yoda. XTXB, how you doing, bud? Like I said, welcome on in. We are currently doing the French Grand Prix. It is supposed to rain around lap 20. Then after this, we're going to be doing the Austrian Grand Prix. Like I said, the Williams career, trying not to suck with them. First couple of seasons, well, I'm definitely going to suck with them. But I will say this, I have not finished last in my entire season so far. I have not finished last place. The worst I have finished was 19th. And the best I finished was 14th at the Dutch Grand Prix. Yeah, I can definitely see it's getting a lot darker, bud. It's getting a lot darker. Rugby games and cricket games are absolute gash. I've only played one cricket game, Cricket Captain 2017. And to be honest with you, I didn't really play it for much longer than like an hour. I know about cricket, and I know some of the rules to cricket. Like, I've done some T20 stuff on a forum game, but that's about it. That's about it as much my knowledge of cricket. Like county cricket, ODIs, tests, it's kind of It's kind of out of my league at that point in time. And I would assume that trying to replicate that in-game is a lot harder than people think. Same thing with rugby. The many rules of rugby. Like, I know there was one rugby game, or I think even 2 rugby games made by EA, but that was about it. That's true. I mean, it's the biggest sport in the world. Most profitable, if I can actually speak. Cricket and rugby are kind of only relegated to small sections of the world. Mostly in the Commonwealth, of course. So if you don't have the audience in those nations, you're barely going to have the audience anywhere else. That was really late for my turn in. Not too happy about that. My tires are still doing okay. They're at 20% right now. Like I said, we're coming down to lap 20 when I had predicted the rain was going to start. Weather forecast.
Looks like rain is inbound, and we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes till the rain. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
And one of the reasons why I got FIFA 17 was because of the journey, but it wasn't really all that good. It wasn't really fleshed out all that well. And then they continued the journey in 18 and 19, and from what I heard, it just got progressively worse. Did I watch pro clubs with you? No, the only things that I saw you do when I watched your streams back then were only Football Manager. Well, I'm keeping my distance over George Russell right now, but that's because I'm in medium tires and he's on hards. You know, if one person, we're talking about in the UK, right, Purple? Hamilton's out of the session.
Is available on the MFD.
Lewis Hamilton has DNF'd. Oh my God. Lewis Hamilton has DNF'd, and I actually had a chance to go and pit for soft tires. I'm not last place again. This game physically will not allow me to finish in last place. It just won't. Yep, there's Lewis over there. He spun out of turn 3, or turn 6, excuse me. But yeah, Spade, honestly, the rain should be starting to come down, like, now. Like, soon. Which is why I said I should probably switch to softs. Like, come in and pit for softs, but then everyone else is going to be coming into pit for the wets anyway. Or the intermediates. Yeah, I don't know if I want to risk it. Considering it hasn't rained yet and we've got 6 laps to go. No, I'm not gonna pit. Because like I said, I have not seen a drop of rain hit my windshield yet, or hit my face mask yet. And with 5 laps to go, next time around, I'm getting a little worried. I'm getting very worried. So you know what? I think I'm just going to pit right now. So I'm going to pit for softs. I'm not going to pit for hards. No, wait. I see the rain. I think I see the rain. Yes, I see the rain. Okay, forget that. Forget everything I just said. I see the rain. Yep, there it is. I see the rain.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
As everybody else is staying out on hards or mediums, I'm making the call to come and pit for Inter tires. With 5 laps left to go in this race. Of course, I gotta be careful, though, so I don't kill these tires. The worst American sport to play a game on. If you can find it, I think there's a lacrosse game out there. Baseball is actually not that bad to play a game on. Oh, please tell me this was the smart 200 IQ play. Please tell me this was the smart 200 IQ play. See, that's the thing. I would actually prefer to play a baseball game, like, in real life, instead of watching. It's one of those games where it feels worse watching it. Like, it feels more boring watching it than actually playing it. Like tennis and golf, too. I would much rather play those sports than watch them because of how boring they feel are to me. Alright, here I go with 5 laps to go. Actually, now 4 laps to go. You gotta wonder when they're gonna start calling people in. to switch to Inter tires. But like I said, I can't be fast because I'm on Inter tires. This is going to be the only problem for me right now. Is that I don't have all the grip because it's not fully wet on the track. It's not wet enough on the track yet. But I do hope that this is the 200 IQ play. Sainz is out of the session. Oh no! As I slip out, but Sainz is out of the session. My first flashback used today. Carlos Sainz out of the session. At this point in time, you got to wonder how many drivers are going to be coming into pit for the Inters. Three laps to go. Nobody's really done it yet. And I'm all the way back here by my lonesome. Hey, I will take solace in the fact that, once again, I will not be finishing last in this race. There are basketball leagues, there are American football leagues, there are baseball leagues in England. So, I mean, you got some people that, you know, care about American sports in England. Yes, they do. England does have a national basketball team. I mean, they do have an actual league. Fun fact, England does have a basketball league. Just like they have an American football league. It's not professional or anything, it's semi-pro. But they do have it. Right, but the thing is, the point is that it's there. It's not that, you know, they don't watch it, it's just that it's there. Wow, nobody is pitting for intermediate tires. I am shocked. None of the AI is pitting for intermediates. Yeah, Teichman, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. We got 2 laps to go. DRS enabled? Fuck. I actually gained a spot, Spade. I started 19th. And all it took was for 2 people DNFing. And to be fair, I would have finished in 19th. I was easily beating George Russell. I was easily beating him. But then again, I was banking on this rain. And yeah, at this point in time, they're not going to wave off DRS just for one final lap. They're not going to do that. Yeah, Delio's Hamilton DNF'd at the start of the rain. but nobody took inters, and still nobody is taking inter tires. So I was trying to go with the 200 IQ play with the rain coming down, and I ended up being the big old goof because nobody is pitting for inters. I ended up being the big old dope by getting intermediate tires on. Alright, take it easy there, Curtis. Honestly, curse you, rain, for not falling harder and faster. Wanted them to force everybody to go get wet tires, intermediate tires. Oh well. It sucks, but we tried. It would have been a nice shocking surprise to see Williams potentially getting points with this decision that I made. But ultimately, the F1 gods said, you're only going to get a little rain, it's not going to hinder you. I'm disappointed. It was worth a try. And usually, if it starts raining in the next 3 to 4 laps, it should say that they will, you know, bring everybody in to get intermediate tires. So I was surprised at the fact that after the rain started on lap 20, they didn't start calling people in at lap 24. That was what surprised me. Yeah, broadband, but Konami makes Pez. So if you want to play a soccer game made by Konami, you go and play Pez.
Ant, talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it.
It was worth a try.
There's no question that they came out of that
no harm, no
situation
foul. Like I said, we weren't going to finish in last, and we're a Williams car anyway, so it's expected that we're going to be finishing down here anyway. It was worth a try. Look at that. Is that Sainz or... No, that's right. Sainz is out of the session. Norris finished third. Lando Norris on the podium. And Bottas finishing in second. I had to, and that's why I was thinking of. That's why I was thinking at the very start when I saw the rain pop up on the forecast. Like, I knew that I had to obviously switch the inner tires, but I had hoped that everyone else would have come into the pits after I had made my initial pit stop, so that I would have jumped out in front of everybody.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table.
But anyway, after that entire round of, you know, pit stops and wet weather, it was honestly, it's a very strange top 10. You know how I was saying that I'm going to choose Giovinazzi because he's not going to be starting all that great. He usually starts 15th, 16th, and ends up around there. What does he do? He goes and finishes in 8th. He finishes in fucking 8th. That pisses me off. I wanted to make the rivalry against him, specifically against him, because of the fact I know that he was down at my level. And what does he do? He goes and finishes 8th. But Leclerc is in 4th, Verstappen 5th, Ocon, Gasly, Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Raikkonen is your top 10. Perez, Grosjean, Magnussen, Ricciardo.
So, Anthony Davidson.
Ricciardo in 14th. Albon in 15th. What? Crazy. That Albon's all the way down here in 15th. Stroll's in 16th, and Russell and myself, last cars running. Shit. Honestly, then, at that point, instead of the inters, I probably should have gone in for the softs. If they were not going to try and kill the race due to the rain and have everybody come in on inters, then I probably should have just gone on the softs. But I had to take the risk. I had to take the risk of going on the inters in case everybody then piled into the pits to get another fresh set of tires, and then I would have jumped in front of most of everybody. It was a try.
Which you rank as your driver of the day?
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, saw the rain coming. And that's the thing, Broadband. Pez has been getting better than FIFA for like the last, 4 years? Pez has been making innovations, or at least been getting better compared to FIFA, which is staying stagnant, if not dropping. So yeah, if you're like, oh, I want to play a FIFA game made by Konami, yes, Pez. Pro Evo Soccer, it is out there. It is made. So you could go down that route. Legitimately, though, I did play Pez in 2014 and 2015. And it was okay. But like I said, I'm not really big in Pez or FIFA anyway, so for me, it was comparatively between the two, I didn't really see it. But from what I've been hearing about Pez, like they're getting better than FIFA, if they're not better than FIFA already. So if you want to play a game that's not FIFA, go play Pez. You have options. Can't you map the buttons? Can't you remap the buttons to like exactly the layout of Konami or of FIFA's? I'm sure you can. I'd be surprised if you can't, if anything. Yeah, that's another thing that turns people away from Pez, because Pez doesn't have the licenses outside of like the Japanese teams, because of course it's made in Japan. They don't have the actual team names of England, of Germany, of Italy, of Spain. They don't have the real names either. That's what turns a lot of people off. But the thing with Pez is that it is fully customizable. You could edit. You can edit in the logos. You can edit in the names of both the teams and the players. Hell, there are Blender models out there that if you really want to change how a player looks, Konami is completely customizable, and they are okay with that shit, and you can just put Blender models in for custom characters. I've seen it. People go wild with Pez custom creations. That's something that FIFA does not allow you to do. FIFA is not really okay with you cracking their game and customizing how a player's kit looks or how a player in general looks. They're not keen on that. But Konami, they fucking let you go wild with that. So if you're into more of the customizable stuff, aspect-wise, go for it. It's out there. It's available to you. Screw them both and get Football Manager, says Aiden. I already did that. my time with that is over. All right, so it was a fun 10 years. Is this my team career? It is driver career, Unicorn. We are on driver career. And I'm doing a driver career with Williams, trying not to suck with Williams, as the title says. Trying to make them suck less, because I know that's hard to do.
They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Wow, how about that? Actually, no issues with the goddamn upgrades for once. All right, so what do we got here? Until the updates, or I should say the upgrades of the facilities come around, I've only got 5 things left on the chassis that I can build out. So I'm going to hold off on the chassis, and I'm going to start building up my R&D points to work on the aero. Because as you can see, what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I see 9 things already right here that I could build up on the aero without hitting a wall. So I'm going to turn my attention to the aero. Yes, Nikki, we did say Hamilton crashed out of the French race. Deal with it. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah, he was GOAT at crashing. Do I think Norris could ever be a world champ? Absolutely. Like, get rid of Hamilton, and you could see Norris as world champ, Leclerc, who else? Ricciardo, Verstappen, George Russell. Like, you get rid of Lewis Hamilton, the door becomes wide open in the terms of who can win the driver's title. Realistically, though, it's probably going to be Valtteri Bottas because he's not going to leave Mercedes until they force him to leave Mercedes. But seriously, you get Lewis Hamilton out and retired, the door opens wide to allowing all these other drivers chances of winning the driver's title. Unicorn Miser, thank you very much for the follow. Norris is the youngest. Yeah, he's 20, isn't he? He's 20. George Russell's like 21, 22. Albon's 22, 23. Leclerc's like 24. Same thing with Max. It's a young man's game. F1 is a young man's game now. Doesn't matter who leaves, you need to get Mercedes out or just sell the team. Yeah. Seriously, Mercedes are just pretty OP at this point in time. We could all agree on that. Mercedes are pretty much the OP team, and they became the OP team after Braun left because Mercedes bought up Braun and all of the trade secrets that Braun had when they won the 2009 driver's title, or the constructor's title, and ultimately the driver's title with Jenson Button. But yeah, Mercedes bought up Braun, and everything they had got from Braun, they've been building upon that. And that's what really led Mercedes down that path to be the force that they are. Of course, you know, they had Red Bull in the way with Sebastian Vettel for the first 3 years of the decade. But after that, they've just kept building and building and building and building upon Braun's technology. And that's why Mercedes is at the point that they are. Why they are miles ahead of everybody on the grid nowadays. Yes, it also does help that you have the best driver of today's day and age in Lewis Hamilton in the car. That helps, but you have a damn good car underneath him that you put any driver, I would say put any driver in that car, and they will be, at the very least, top 5. I think it's just with the way that the car is built out and how it works, you can put any driver in it and they will turn in a good result. Yeah, Danny Rick's what, 31? Danny Rick's like my age. He's 31, 32. Yeah, let me take a look at this. Daniel Ricciardo. We'll take a look at this. Daniel Ricciardo, he is 31. Okay, he's a little younger than me. July 1st, 1989. So yeah, he's a little younger than me. But like I said, when you have half of the driver field under the age of 30, it's a young man's game. Because what? Giovinazzi's 26. Who else? Latifi. Latifi's under 30. Like, Latifi's like 25 or something. Here, take a look at this. Nicolas Latifi. How old is he? He's like 25. Yeah, he's 25. Like I said. Also, hey, chat, there you are. Bottom left-hand corner. So, yeah, it is becoming a young man's game, where the drivers year in and year out are getting younger. Hell, Mick Schumacher coming in is going to be, what, 22, 23? Callum Eilot's going to be the same age. F1 is turning into a young man's game. Magnussen's 28. Grosjean's like 33. Bottas is 30, 31. All these older guys are getting replaced by the younger ones. The younger generation is coming on through, and they are going to be the face of F1 for a long time coming. Yeah, and then you got Fernando Alonso who's coming in just for a payday. He's going to fucking Renault. Okay, excuse me. He's going to Alpine because they're going to be rebranded to Alpine next year. Let's get it right. Just like Racing Point is going to be Aston Martin next year, Renault is turning into Alpine next year. So he's going into an Alpine car that is going to be fighting Williams for not last on the grid. That car is shit. That car is turning into Haas levels of shit. And how Daniel Ricciardo is wheeling that motherfucker around is beyond me. Kind of like how what Charles Leclerc is doing to Ferrari right now, when we know Ferrari is a fucking donkey. Like, they're somehow getting the most out of their cars when they're not all that good. But no, seriously, Fernando Alonso coming back for 2 years, it's a payday. That's all it is a payday. The dude does not need to come back into F1. He's got enough money. He's got enough credentials in the racing world. He does not need to come back. That spot could have easily been taken up by somebody from F2 coming on in. Whether it's Tsunoda, Any one of those guys could have came in and filled that spot. But no, we got to give it to Fernando Alonso because he's a big-name guy. We're going to give him a lot of money to come back and race with us. We're going to be shit, but it doesn't matter. We got Fernando Alonso. That's all it is. That's all it is to Renault Alpine. That's really it. Leclerc is good. Like I said, Leclerc is on that list of future world champions. He's definitely going to get one. Fuck's sake. Define good, though, Prajhal. That's all I gotta say is define good, because I don't think that when you compare it to the top three, at this point in time, the top three is Mercedes, Red Bull, and fucking Racing Point. Yeah, Racing Point has overtaken Ferrari's top three. When you compare it to those three, good, they're a little less than good. Are they mid-table? Yes. But I think they're on the lower end of the mid-table. They need, going into next season, they need to work on their car. Otherwise, they're going to get left in the dust. All right, so we don't need to do anything R&D-wise. Oh, hold on a second. Let me get back to the practice engine so I don't waste wear on my current parts. Okay. What do you mean by that, Aiden? Are you talking about engine-wise? Because it's been rumored, and we've been talking about this for the last week, 2 weeks at this point, that it is rumored that Porsche is going to get into F1 as an engine manufacturer. And that Red Bull could go with Porsche as their engine. I don't know if that's 21 or 22 when Porsche is going to be coming on in. So if it's not in 21, they're going to have to figure out what engine they're going to use for next year. I don't know if they're going to go back to Renault because of the falling out that they had with Renault. I can't see them going to Ferrari. They could go to Mercedes, obviously, because Mercedes is showing it to be the class of F1 right now. So if Porsche doesn't come in next year, their realistic options are Mercedes or Renault, because I can't see them doing Ferrari. Okay, so if it's 22 and Honda are in for next year, then yeah, Porsche would be overtaking Honda as an engine manufacturer for 22 then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lazy Gearhead, thanks for the follow, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. Alright, what's our weather forecast going to be like? Oh, hey, it's going to be super cloudy for qualifying, so very, very low track temps. Going to be very grippy, which should make for some fast lap times. Not for me, of course. Of course, I'm in a Williams. I'm not going to have no fast lap times. And also, it's going to be partly cloudy for the race. Get to a little cloudy at the ends. Don't really think that there's going to be any sort of rain. Hopefully, crossing fingers, there won't be any sort of rain. Yeah, Latifi is a definition of a pay driver. Like, we know Latifi is, we know Lance Stroll is, but Latifi, goddamn, he is slow. He is god-awful slow in that car. And we know that the Williams car is slow as is, but he is levels of slow behind George Russell. It's just embarrassing. And honestly, if Williams is smart with the new ownership that they have, they ditch Latifi. They have to ditch Latifi and bring somebody in from F2. Which I know what you're going to say, oh, Latifi was an F2 driver. That's true. But I bet my money on Jack Aiken, Nick DeVries, Matsushita's not in F2 anymore, but Tsunoda as well, who could come in and do better than Latifi is. Gearhead says, screw Honda right now, saying that Red Bull keeps getting faster, but they just drop the ball. That's the first I've been hearing about that. But, I mean, you can't really overlook what Red Bull's been doing right now this season. It's not Honda's fault. See, yeah, that's the thing, Tykesman. I think there is space that you can call some of these drivers awful. Even though, yes, they are in an F1 capacity, they just don't... it's kind of like, let's do this comparison in terms of footballers, world footballers, world footballers, not American footballers. You have a Division II player that is just doing okay, not really tearing it up in Division II, but gets bought up by a Division I team, and is expected to do well as soon as he gets in, and then ultimately proves that, and is getting paid a lot to perform, and ultimately proves that he was just a waste of money. That's kind of like what Nicholas Latifi is at this point in time. He didn't really do all that great in F2. I mean, he was probably like consistently top 5. I'm not too sure. I'd have to look back at that. And thought that he was going to be somewhat of a renaissance. It would lead Williams to a renaissance with him and George Russell. And he just hasn't delivered. Well, now they got to eat that cost and bring in somebody else, whether it's for a current F1 driver or someone in from F2, because I guarantee you anybody that they bring in is going to be better than Latifi. That's facts right there. Anybody they bring in is going to be better than Latifi. Has Albon bottled it? That's honest question. I feel like that some of it was bad luck, especially in the case of the very start of this year, where legitimately Albon should have won the Austrian Grand Prix if not for Hamilton running wide into him and knocking him off course. Albon could have won the first Grand Prix this year. So you got to chalk that one up to bad luck. Other times, he just makes very bad mistakes. So it's a combination of the two. It's a combination of his ability, which he has some ability, but sometimes he just has lapses. That's what causes him to get into these situations where he DNFs or ends up falling down the grid. Or he just has bad luck, like what we saw with him and Hamilton. So I don't think it's really fair to say he's bottled it, especially since he's only been around for 2 years. In comparison to Latifi, Albon's a better driver, if we're going to go by that. But I do think that Albon needs to get off of Red Bull. He needs to go to another team to try and, get a mental reset. Kind of like what Daniel Ricciardo did when he went to Renault. He needs to get a mental reset off of Red Bull. Go to another team, work on your craft there, and then potentially move back. Yeah, Lord Mahavir is the only way to go. That is the only driver that will get Williams out of the shit. He knows what he's talking about. Purple knows what he's talking about here. And yeah, it's like different people, different situations.
If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop.
Teichman, if that's the case, I don't know. Personally, I don't know. But I can tell you this, that Ferrari has definitely done that with Charles. They built the car for Charles, not for Sebastian. I can't speak for that broadband. Maybe someone in the chat can. As a reminder, I only seriously started watching F1 this year. And that was after I started playing this video game. Because as I may mention before, I'm a racing game fan. I got turned into this game because I'm a big racing game fan. Didn't really give that much of a shit about F1. But now I'm starting to. Kind of like me with iRacing and doing my my Oval Series on NASCAR tracks. I don't really watch a lot of NASCAR, but I grew up around it, so I know it's more than I know the road courses. But I don't really watch a lot of NASCAR on a week-to-week basis. I like driving it, but I don't like watching it. Oh, for fuck's sake, again? I did fucking invalidate it. Shit. God, I'm just loving cutting corners here. Any way I can save time at this track. Just any way I can save time at this track. Because of how slow I'm gonna go be. I'm gonna go be. Wow, wonderful phrase I just said right there. I can't English today. You chose Red Bull for the sweet Honda downshift so you can hear that engine just coming out of gear. And as I said before, I'm partial to Kimi because whenever I talked about F1 in the past, even though I didn't really watch it, I always associated Kimi with F1. But after watching Drive to Survive, like I said, I'm pretty much putting my hat in the Daniel Ricciardo ring. Because he just seems to be such a lovable guy. Just go to the pub, have a pint, shoot the shit. Seems a very affable and funny fellow. And that was all because of Drive to Survive. It's all because of that. Which apparently they are going to be having a Season 3 after this F1 season is over. I thought they closed up shop on it because the F1 drivers didn't like Netflix with how they were being portrayed.
Okay, test.
Drive to Survive probably saved F1 for real. I didn't know that. Purple says that he chose Williams because you're stupid. Ah, don't say that. I would think that now that they are out of the Williams family's hands, they're going to get better. I know this is going to seem kind of weird, but I know Daniel Ricciardo's going to McLaren, so naturally I should be following McLaren. I actually like Ferrari, because Ferrari, of course, is synonymous with racing. Racing and winning in the past. But I guess I should change my support from Ferrari to McLaren, just because of Danny Rick. And Lando Norris. I think, as I may mention before, the dynamic duo of those two are going to be the best driver duo in F1 this upcoming season. There's going to be so much shit talking between them both, and it's going to be all in good fun. Daniel Ricciardo's going to be such a good mentor to Lando Norris to get him better. That I think McLaren is going to be the team to look out for next year. And yeah, I legitimately just knew about those the drivers' Twitch streams during this pandemic. Like when I heard that, George Russell had one, Leclerc had one, Albon had one, as well as Norris, of course. Just to do some F1 races from 2019 to 2020. And then, of course, he branched out into, PUBG and Fortnite and Warzone. And I'm like, you can keep that. Not really games that I'll sit down and actively watch. Like, I'm not going to actively search for Fortnite. I'm not really a big fan. Can't never say I was a big fan of it. But same thing with PUBG or Call of Duty. I'm not really a big fan of those games much anymore. Like, I haven't played a Call of Duty game since, what was it, World at War? Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare. And we're talking the original Modern Warfare. Not Modern Warfare 2, not the newest one. No, we're talking original Modern Warfare from like 2009, 2010, somewhere around that. Or was that World at War? It wasn't Black Ops. I remember Black Ops being the first one I didn't pick up. And I played it a little bit at my college dorm because my buddies picked it up. I don't remember really caring for it all that much. And then just got out of Call of Duty at that point. At that point in time, I switched from Call of Duty to Halo. And I was playing Halo 3 for fucking days and days on end. Because that was when I got my new refurbished big boy Xbox. I was just playing Halo 3 for days and days and days. God damn it, that first curb is pissing me off. You're only 16? Shit, man, I'm double your age. I'm old, and my birthday's this month, too. Yeah, when I say that I played Halo 3 in college, that should tell you how old I am. I played Halo 3 in college when it came out. Your birthday was the 7th. Happy late birthday. Mine is on the 28th, so 2 weeks from tomorrow. So, sadly, no birthday stream, guys. You're not getting a birthday stream from me. Yeah, we'll call it my 11th anniversary of my 21st birthday. No, actually, it would be the 12th anniversary. Drunk stream? Yeah. If I was streaming, like I said, I'm going to be busy. I'm not going to be streaming that night. Tykesman, I know what you're trying to say. As a technicality, I'll be streaming on Tuesday. Well, it'll be Tuesday my time, but it'll be Wednesday your time. So it'll technically be my birthday in the UK. I know where you're going with this. And you are technically correct, which of course we know is the best kind of correct. Ah, Aiden, I don't have that poll, man. I'm like PlayStation 3, I got no game. Yeah, Tyson, I knew what you were going with. I understand the big brain idea of what you were saying. Oh, the drunk stream? Shit, I don't think I've ever done a drunk stream, nor do I plan on it. Yeah, I may have just picked up some ciders. That's about it. No plans on binge drinking or anything. Yeah, POF, OkCupid. Bumble. No, you want to know what sites I should sign up for, because they'll just pull all the women? Or go to farmersonly.com. Farmersonly.com and Christian Mingle. Want your best bang for your buck? Especially go to Farmers Only for that one. Oh, shit. Yeah. Here's a note, kiddies. Don't hit those fucking curves. It's like driving on ice. I just saw a gnat fly by my head. Fuck, it went. Kinda hoping that Nico goes to Red Bull. See, here's the thing. Nico is definitely going to be a hot commodity going into next season. However, I don't see him going to Red Bull. If he comes back, he's more than likely going to be going to Haas. And Haas or Alpha. Haas or Alfa Romeo is where Nico's going to go. I will say, only if Kimi Räikkönen retires from Alpha would he potentially go to Alpha, because rumor is that Mick Schumacher is going to Alpha. That is the hot rumor right now, is Mick Schumacher is going to go to Alfa Romeo next season. So, who would Mick Schumacher rather learn from? Kimi Räikkönen or Nico Hülkenberg?
Okay, test complete, and that was a...
So that's what I'm saying. If Kimi Räikkönen stays at Alpha, then odds are Nico goes to Haas. Because we know with how Grosjean's been the last couple years at Haas, maybe even 3 years at Haas, they're going to look to get rid of him. He's just not been good. He's been a shadow of his former self, and the car isn't doing him any favors either, but that's beside the point. Roman's just not been all that great of a driver within the last couple years. So they're going to look to offload him at the end of this season. As far as Kevin Magnussen, I don't know if they keep him. I really don't know, because Kevin's kind of been stagnating as well. Do they go in a different direction? Do they bring up an F2 driver? We were talking about earlier, they brought up Callum Ilott and Mick to run practice for the Eiffel Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. Gaffer, thank you very much for the follow. So they brought up both Mick and Callum, potentially with a thought of both of them getting a spot in F1 next year. And like we said, if that happens, who's going to go where? Well, Mick's going to go to Alpha. That means Callum would be going to Haas. Who joins Callum at Haas? Do they keep Kevin Magnussen? Or do they jettison him and bring in Nico? No idea. It's all up in the air right now. Alpha hat. Oh, I love Alpha's livery so much. I have it in my starting screen. In fact, when I first started my F1 career mode back in 2019, I started at Alfa Romeo because I wanted to drive with Kimi Räikkönen. It helped that the car looked pretty damn good too, but I just wanted to drive with Kimi. But yeah, the Alfa Romeo car looks sick. Alpha Tauri's this year does look pretty good too. I agree. Broadband says I'd rather learn from Nico than Kimi. And also, German. You get the German connection at Alfa Romeo. There you go. You get Nico and Mick together. I mean, Kimi, I'm sure, has got stories. You can't really discount Kimi for giving advice and, telling stories to Mick. But I would agree with you as far as, the actual learning, picking up on abilities and whatnot. Probably would have to lean more towards Nico's side than Kimi. So like I said, speaking as a Kimi fan, it does sound a little sacrilege, but I'd go with Nico over Kimi at that point. But yeah, Broadband, I don't think that they have any drivers either. That's kind of why I'm given a speculative idea of what they could be doing next year. Steiner says that he hopes Grosjean and Magnussen are looking elsewhere. I think that's pretty clear indication that they're not coming back. That almost seems like pretty clear indication that they are not coming back to Haas. Yeah, Gearhead, and he's obviously going to get there on merit because he's currently the F2 leader in points.
And with all the cars now,
and has a chance to win the F2 title this year. So he's going to, if he gets the F1 job, he's going to get it on merit, and not just because it's a Schumacher. It's not just because his last name is Schumacher, hence he's got to get an F1 job. No, he's going to get there on merit. He's proving to be a damn decent driver in F2, so you would hope that that would translate into F1. Alright, let's bump this bad boy up to 95. Confirm. Also make sure that I switch my practice engine to my real engine. Yes, I have such a thing. I have a practice engine and a real engine. So I don't wear out my my parts all at once. Alright, so that's my real engine. What's my gearbox looking like? 35% after 4 races. That's not bad. That's not bad. Alright, sim practice. And got about another 900 points. Okay, so we are really, really close to having both aero parts go at the same time. Because I want to build up both aero parts, both front and rear aero at the same time. So I'm going to wait until I get that 2,600 points of R&D to then just bop them both at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
President Rhino, thanks for the follow, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. For everybody that's coming on in that's new, that has not answered the questionnaire before, I gotta ask this for everybody that comes on by. Where are you from? Who's your favorite driver? What's your favorite track to watch? What's your favorite Grand Prix to watch? And if you play this game, what's your favorite track to drive? I gots to know. Williams have an engine. Yeah, they have the Mercedes engine, but they can't get the power out of it because their car is a fucking boat. Their car is a box, man. It's got no aero. It's just fucking flat walls, so you just get all this drag, and it weighs 2 fucking tons. So you can't really boost around a fucking land yacht with a Mercedes engine. It's just not possible. That's why I'm trying to lighten it up. Okay, any weather changes? No weather changes. Still cloudy completely for qualifying and partly cloudy for the race. All right. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's try not to qualify last. But on these speed courses, of course, with a car that is not built for speed, honestly, this is where we're going to falter. Favorite driver is either Max or Seb. Okay, good choices. Best track is Spa, dude. That's up there. That's my second favorite behind Montreal. It's a damn good track to drive. And actually, this track is my number 4 favorite. Austria. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. Let me get my setup. Not that it's going to matter, but let me get my setup in. France, Austria, set. It's like, not for nothing. Let me just get my setup in. So I can go, you know, half a second faster instead of not. So I can actually drive not in the 110s. What part of Silverstone don't you like about with flow? Is it the Luffield or Brooklyn's Luffield Woodcott, you know, that carousel? Is it Maggots and Beckett's? And I like the fast tracks, of course, when I go fast. It is a little annoying when I can't, but I still do like the track layouts. Broadband, I can tell you that is not happening. It's not happening this season in a Williams. I went 106. I actually went 106. That's not bad at all. But then watch my time just go, just sink. Watch my time just sink. Rhino says that his favorite driver is currently Lando Norris. All-time, Ayrton Senna. Classic. Favorite track is Sochi. Really? I would like to know why your favorite track is Sochi, because the layout's not all that great. The layout is not all that great. Not really a lot of chances for overtaking. However, in this game, when I have faster cars, even though I don't like the layout, I somehow win here. Like, I think I've won a grand total of 5 times at Sochi over the course of last year's game and this year's game. I think I can go faster. Oh, especially since I just got pushed to the bottom, I'm definitely going to try and go faster. Alright. I don't want to start last, I don't want to finish last. Though so far, I have not done that. I've not done the ladder. I've not finished last yet this season. Oh, Spinalla! You enjoy the scenery around the track because of Olympic Park. That's fair. Are you talking about in this career mode, Olmec? In this career mode, well, we're only halfway through Season 1. My highest finish is 14th at the Dutch Grand Prix. But yeah, legitimately, I've not finished in last place. This game will not let me finish in last. Because in every single race, there's been one DNF. In every single race, there's been at least one DNF, which has prevented me from finishing in last. And hey, look at that, I'm starting in 18th. But yeah, it's like more often than not, I'm finishing like 19th, 18th, 17th, but my best finish is the 14th at the Dutch Grand Prix. Can you choose to be a driver for an already existing team? Yes, there are 2 career modes in F1 2020. The one that I'm doing right now is the driver career mode, where you insert yourself as a driver for an already existing team. Like I said, I choose Williams, or you could choose any of the teams. You could replace Lewis Hamilton if you really wanted to up at Mercedes. You could do that. This game will allow you to do that. And that's the career mode that has basically been, at the very least, since 2019, when I first started, and probably even further than that. But the new career mode that they just added in for this year is My Team Career, which you start your own team up and become the 11th team on the grid, so each race has 22 cars. And you can choose between the F2 drivers and F1 drivers. You, of course, have to have a budget. You have actual money that you have to spend on your facilities, your driver contracts, etc., to make your team run. on top of the normal driver career stuff of building the car up with the R&D points, managing your engine, etc. So honestly, that was what drew me into pre-ordering this game, was the My Team career, the management side, because it reminded me a lot of Motorsport Manager, a game which I thoroughly love and had played, or at least got, the first month it came out back in 2016. And I played and streamed before. But yeah, honestly, it's not bad. I really do like it. And honestly, that's really the difference between last year's game and this year's game. Aside from the 2 tracks, of course, getting rid of Hockenheim, adding in Vietnam and the Dutch Grand Prix, Zandvoort, and adding in career mode. That's really all they did, the team career. That's really all they did that's the change between 19 and 20. So if you got 19 and you were kind of on the fence about getting 20 and you're not really feeling too jazzed about the small changes and you're not really caring about my team career, then just stick with 19. But if you didn't play 19 and haven't played an F1 game for a couple years, or a new F1 game in a couple years, I would wholly say go and pick up 2020, because it's a real good game. It's real fun to drive. Real fun to play. So anyway, I did not make it out of Q1, but George Russell did. George Russell has made it into Q2. Good luck to him. But who didn't make it? Kimi, Pierre, Kvyat, and Magnussen. Antonio Giovinazzi, go fuck yourself, buddy. I really hate that he is now starting to turn it on. After I choose him as my rival, he has now started to turn on his game. Hate it so much. If you can knock out any YouTuber, who'd you want to knock out? Why would you ask something like that? Why would you honestly ask something like that? Just, do I have to be confrontational? But I think the only right answer here is Logan Paul. I think that's the only right answer. I love Hanoi. That's a fun track to drive on. Dude, just get out. I hate it, man. I hate it so much. Hanoi is just trash. Hanoi is just trash, man. To be fair, I don't really like either one of them. I really don't like either one of them. You say he's gotten better? I just don't like either one of them, personally. Sidemen, I actually watched the Sidemen in the past. I've just fallen out of watching them because I just don't watch them anymore. It's not like I don't like them or anything. I just haven't watched their shit. Mini Minter stuff back in the day, Zerka, Vicstar, KSI, of course. But it's like I don't really watch FIFA. I don't play FIFA, so I don't need to watch FIFA stuff, which is most of their content. Don't really care too much about that. Why don't I like Hanoi? Okay, long straight, very hard braking section. Very tight turn. Long straight, very hard braking section. Very tight turn. It's garbage. It's a garbage layout. And also given the fact that it's a street course and I don't like driving street courses in the first place. They barely play FIFA anymore? That's news to me. That was all their content, though, Broadband. Like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, that was all their content. It was all FIFA, all the time.
Back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Joining me for the Grand off the back of
and we don't need to listen to Anthony Davidson.
Session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri.
Of course, the Mercedes boys on the top.
From pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen, and Perez, Ricciardo, Sainz, Stroll, and Esteban Ocon, Norris, Grosjean, Antonio Giovinazzi, and
Yeah, Russell's starting 14th.
Gasly,
Good for him.
Alexander Albon, and O'Brien, Fiat,
Albon
and
dropping
Kevin
all the way to
Magnussen fills the
17th
last
for a
spot
grid
on the
penalty.
grid.
All the way down.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So people were talking about, oh, I wonder if Penske will ever get into F1. Well, as you just heard on the Red Bull description, Team Penske, there was a Team Penske at one point in time in F1. As you heard, they had the only win in 1976. I believe they were around from 74 to 77. So Penske has had an American team in F1 before. Could they make a return? Hey, Roger Penske's got the money. Have two American F1 teams on the grid with Gene Haas and Roger Penske's teams fighting it out against each other. Be interesting to see if they ever do go back. And here's the thing. If Penske go back, they're going to bring a Chevy engine. If Penske ever go back into F1, they're going to bring Chevy engines because that's the majority of Team Penske in IndyCar right now, is they run Chevy engines. So, hey, you want to talk about bringing in a new manufacturer of engines? Boom, Chevrolet. Hot damn, bringing Chevrolet back into F1. I know Ford and the Ford Cosworth engines, you know, they're historical back in the 60s and 70s and whatnot. But now you're bringing Chevy engines back into the fold. Oh, damn. Okay, then they stopped playing it. Then they stopped playing it after I stopped watching it. It's because, yeah, I watched some of their stuff back in the day, but it was mostly their FIFA content that, like, I was watching all their stuff that wasn't FIFA content, which was few and far between. Alright, so what do we do here? Do we start on soft? I think everybody is going to start on soft tires. We might do this strategy. We'll do the soft medium, 16 on the soft, 20 on the medium. How is everybody going to line up? I'm curious as to what everybody is going to start with. Probably everyone's going to start with soft. Lewis Hamilton's starting on mediums. Very bold strategy. Unless he's starting on the mediums and then switching to softs for the rest of the race. That's probably what he'll do. But yeah, everybody is in fact starting on the softs. So that's what we're going to do, starting on the softs. All right, starting in 18th. Let's hope that we don't finish last. Get your predictions in the chat. Where do you think that I'm going to end up? Hopefully not last. That's all we're hoping for in this Williams career at the very start. We're just hoping not to finish last. Get off my ass, Fiat! Oh, it is really hard trying to turn this boat. My wing is fine. Also, I got an overtake. Count that one for the list. It wasn't clean, but we got it. That makes, what, 12 overtakes this season? Damn, we are rolling in the overtakes. By any means necessary. Collision with Magnussen. I'm just gonna get all the warnings. I'm surprised that Albon has not decided to overtake me yet. Albon's got a brand new engine, or at least he's got a brand new engine part.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So I am kind of surprised that he has not used it yet. Really? I really go more than half over there? I'm kind of surprised. Also, massive undercut? Oh boy. With what power? How would I be able to make the massive undercut work if I don't have the power to catch up to these bad boys? Jets released Le'Veon Bell? Yeah, that was to be expected. So yeah, undercut's nice if I actually had the power to make it work. Fuck you, Magnussen. Piece of trash. Oh, shit! What the hell? What was that all about? Here I am, minding my own goddamn business. I just get fucking taken out from behind. Fucking caveat back here. What's going on, Miniman? I should have known it was him. I was hearing hard bass in my speakers. He didn't want anything to do with the Steelers, man. He also soured himself with the team by holding out. I don't know. I'm not dropping any frames. That's on your end or that's on Twitch? That would have to be you, Miniman. Like I said, you or Twitch. Because I'm not dropping any frames over here. I'm not losing connection. I'm sure you and several other Manchester United fans are all wanting the Glazers and Ed Woodward out. You're not the only one, I'm sure. Also, where did George Russell go? Is he still in 14th, or has he moved up? I can't really check the minimap because my chat is over the minimap on my driving screen. In 15th ahead of Gasly. Keep it stable, keep it steady. Albon is kind of holding a little mini Truly train back here and giving us all a DRS. He's at least helping us by, giving us some DRS for this train. Which leads me to wonder what exactly happened to the Red Bull car that Albon is all the way back here. Send it with what fucking engine? With what? Well, okay, I got the Mercedes engine, but with what fucking car? Yeah, that's your connection then, bud. Because I'm checking on my end, it ain't me. Stop all the downloading. I'm a computer. Well, if it wasn't for DRS in the draft, I would be screwed. Oh yeah, we've already talked about this, that the Williams setup with the wheel and the HUD being attached to the actual cockpit, that's a bad look. That's a really bad setup. Is there anybody else in your house that's using the internet? Like, more so than you? Potentially? While I may be an IT guy, I am currently not in the middle of wanting to do IT. I'm in the middle of racing right now. All I can tell you is that it is not on my end. It is either on your end or Twitch. And we've had Twitch problems in the past, so very possible that it could just be that the Twitch connection to you is a little unstable. Yeah, we want to go the IT crowd route, the classic line. You try turning it off and on again. Believe me, I've said that more than once. Shit, that show came out when I was in college, too. IT Crowd was like 2006, 2007. And I think they had a third season in 2008. Aiden, honestly, the warning for you is no, keep the political chat out of it. Keep the political chatter out of the chat. We don't talk about American politics in here. We're not going to talk about UK politics in here either. I know, I kind of agree with you, but want to keep this chat free a bit. Channel 4 banned episodes of IT Crowd? Why would they do that? Well, well, there you go. Because BBC and ITV are fucking idiots. Was it ITV? No, it was BBC Channel 4. That is a shame. It's a very big shame. Albon still has not broken free. I'm very surprised. Channel 4 is a separate broadcaster? Okay, I thought it was all linked to BBC. Like, I thought BBC 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought Channel 4 was, you know, same thing as BBC 4, I thought. How am I able to break so late? It's called hoping and praying. I'm honestly breaking a lot later than I should be. As you just saw, I tapped into the backup. Could be out there. Oh, this is bad. Yep, there it goes. Well, I've got 3 fast repairs, so I am going to take one, or not fast repairs. I got 3 flashbacks. I'm going to take one right here. But yeah, I honestly was not wanting to break there. I should have broke earlier than what the corner was telling me. And the corner driving line is one of the few assists that I actually have. Like, I don't have ABS, I don't have traction control, don't have stability control. Like, the one major assist that I have is this driving line from the corners. Smithy, thank you very much for the follow, my man. Hope you're doing well, hope you enjoy the stream. Albon is tailing off, and he's going into the pits.
No need to worry about tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Does Twitch not give you that option? Like, obviously I'm streaming in 1080p, but shouldn't it scale down? I thought Twitch had the ability to scale down to 720, 480, and 360. Hell, it does that to me when I'm on mobile.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does make sense. Thank you very much for the follow there. Was it C. Schneider? C. Schneider, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. But no, on mobile, like, I could be streaming in 1080p, but it will give me the option to scale it down to 720, 480, and 360.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Yeah, they're all going on hard tires. I'll be coming in on lap 15. Talking about undercut, lap 14 would have been like the super undercut that you were talking about, Aiden. I was talking about the original plan was coming in lap 16. I think we'll split the difference and we'll come in lap 15. Illegal overtake.
Maneuver, cede that position, or will receive a penalty.
I thought Kvyat was going into the pits. What the fuck, game? Ah, shit. Seriously, how is that an illegal overtake? Well, I can understand because, of course, Kvyat got back onto the racetrack. But it looked like he was going into the pits, so I was well in the right to make the move that I did. Gearhead, whatever you get the most enjoyability out of this game. If you want to turn on full simulation, go have fun with it. The highest I'm going right now is full. This is full damage. And I'm also limiting myself to 3 flashbacks in a race. 3 flashbacks in a dry race. I'm limited in wet because I hate driving in wet. But, you know, I want to have some sort of realism. You know, a little semblance of realism. You know, I get 3 free tries, and then if I have to, take damage, like if I get a busted front wing, then I'm going to come in and get a new front wing. Well, like I said, I'm not dropping any frames. Everything, I'm still streaming in 60 FPS, no problem.
Go now.
My bitrate is 6,000 and holding steady. It's on you, man. It's either on you or it's on Twitch. And going by everybody else in this chat, it's telling me that it's got to be on you. It's got to be on your end. I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. Shut up, Jeff. Jeff?
Copy that.
Oh man, newer tires. I gotta get them warmed up. Alright, Magnussen in front of me has hard tires. Sukablia Kiva. I'm trying to say his name, Kvyat. I wanted to get Magnussen before Kvyat came out. Because this jabroni in front of me also on medium tires. Russell and Magnussen both on hard, excuse me. I can't read today. I can't read, I can't speak, fuck. What is wrong with me? No, between Magnussen and Russell, both Kvyat and I should pass them. Just tire-wise, we should be able to catch and pass them. I mean, we got half the race to go. Half the race to go, plenty of time. Like I said, obviously the goal is to not finish last. We've done so far every race this season. Mostly due to DNFs, yes, but we still have not finished last at all this season. I'd like to keep it that way. don't know, Miniman. Couldn't tell you. Alright, well, at least Magnuson is giving us a nice little tow. Kvyat fighting Magnuson. And you got Russell in front of Kvyat. Kvyat should be picking up his toe real soon. If I can get around Magnuson and keep up with Kvyat, should be for another position to gain on me. Only and only if I'm able to catch and keep up with these guys. Still got 16 laps to go in this race. Come on. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. It's not a race unless I get a time penalty, I guess. Somebody off the course. Yes!
They're retiring from the race.
Oh, come you beauty! Esteban Ocon has once again given me the title of not last place. Like I said, this game does not want me to finish last. This game willingly is not letting me finish in last place. So, Ocon, thank you very much for your sacrifice. The streak continues. This streak's gonna be as fucking renowned as the Undertaker streak. I can't believe it. Tykesman, we thought the same fucking thing. I didn't even read what you said until I just did right there. Tykesman, we thought the same fucking thing. Amazing. Come on, let me get close to this bastard. Let me get close to him. I'm getting real sick and tired that I can't pass this guy when I'm getting real fucking close to him. Gave him a little boop. Little boop with the nose. Oh Come on. Oh, that's right. He's in Russell's wake now. He's in Russell's wake, so there's no way I'm gonna pass him now. Fucking hell. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Alright, let me go with my third and final one. That was a big what? Oops. Magnussen, you skeezing bastard. Overtake. I used up almost all my fuel to do it though. That was my fault. That was all my fault. I used up all my fuel to do it. All right, George. I need to finish ahead of you. So please be a good boy. It's like, I'm keeping up with him. He's also on hard tires. That was the whole point of me wanting to get up to him, is because he was on hard tires. And technically, Magnussen behind me is on hard tires as well. I should be able to pass him. But if you remember, Haas does have the better car on the performance chart. It's like, that's where they get me. Oh, shit. Russell with a very slow, methodical brake there. Am I going to stream the league race tomorrow? Nah. I've come to the decision I'm not going to stream the league races on Wednesday. I'm only going to stream anything iRacing that is on a proper streaming day. I've decided to make that decision. I will definitely keep you guys updated.
A new strategy.
Oh, did I really fuck up the wing that bad? What? Like, are you joking me? I barely got into him. No, it's not worth it now. Like, that's a joke. That's honestly a joke. I went past him and then Russell shunted himself into me. Russell, I am damn disappointed in you, bud. Russell over here like I'm not going to be denied.
For a new strategy option.
Russell over here like I ain't going to be denied. Like, are you fucking joking me? Russell, you're trash. At this point in time, I'm going to finish in 19th. It doesn't matter what I do now. That's a 6-second time penalty. God damn, I'm so fucking mad at you, Russell. I'm giving a legit pass on him, and he decides to sideswipe me. He decides to slam his own fucking car into me. Team orders.
Strategy is available on the MFD.
Shut up, Jeff. Team orders, fucker. I had the faster car. I had the faster tires. You should have let me pass. That's very annoying. Yeah, it's like it's not even worth pitting for new tires at this point in time. We've got 7 laps to go. God damn, man. Well, like I said, thanks to upon DNFing, I'm not finishing in last.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
I'm actually driving okay with this busted wing. Of course, as soon as I say that, karma bites me in the ass. Yeah, Jeff really wanting me to come in and fix that wing. So goddamn disappointed. Disappointed in my own teammate. But then again, who hasn't been over the years? When have teammates not fought and bickered before?
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
He's telling me at the same exact point every lap. Right after I make the turn at turn 3. Oh, and also, I do not have driver moves turned on. So everybody's staying at their same teams season in, season out. I just didn't feel like it was necessary to have drivers moving around. Especially in a career mode such as this where I want to keep everyone all together to, you know, once again try and have my, my challenge work. I want to have Lewis still at Mercedes, Seb and Charles still at Ferrari, etc., etc., etc. I don't want to have everyone moving around and, oh yeah, I was able to beat them, but they had a different driver than what they started. No, I want to be able to say, yes, when I built this Williams car, everybody was still at their proper teams
Check your
when I was able to beat
for a
them.
new strategy option.
I know the leaders, I'm seeing the leaders on the map are closing in on me. It's one of the Ferraris is a leader. It's closing in on me. I don't know how many seconds he is behind. Russell and Magnussen are putting together a good fight. Yeah, it could be Charles, you don't know. It's a Ferrari. Race leader.
We think we may see some rain.
Wow.
ETA is about 15 minutes.
That is
Dries
not what-
seem like the best tire for now.
That is not what I said at all, Jeff. That is not what I asked at all. Race report.
Radar suggests some weather is going to hit in around 5 minutes' time, so stay on your toes. Dries seem like the fastest tire at the moment.
Jeff's an idiot. I mean, it could be Vettel. Because he did start higher up on the grid. I am very close to being lapped, by the way. Yeah, I know, I saw that. I just saw that out of the corner of the map that I can see out of the chat.
They're in 14th.
Alright, Giovinazzi's up in 14. Not like it matters. Not like I was ever going to catch him.
The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:06.7.
Oh, it's Leclerc! Hey, we were all wrong! Charles Leclerc is leading this race. Everybody who said Sebastian Vettel, you lose all your money. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. That's just how it happens. So this is white flag lap for me, then. Goes Charles past me, this is white flag lap. Now, who am I racing? Open air. I'm racing open air right now. Yeah, I'm sure he took a grid penalty. If I remember correctly, he took a grid penalty. Albon started with a grid penalty. Albon started in 17th. And Charles Leclerc wins the race, and I finish lap down. Great. Great stuff. I'm very disappointed.
Smiling faces on the pit
All
wall
right.
after a superb win here in Spielberg, and rightly so. A brilliant effort from the whole team. Here come our winners.
Who was
now.
on the podium? It was
A thrilling
Leclerc
race, a
and then
tremendous
both
effort by
Mercedes.
Ferrari.
Lewis in
Their
second,
history is well known,
Bottas
so it's
in
no
third.
surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top
I'm
once
so
again.
disappointed, man. I mean, obviously, as in a Williams, it's going to be hard. We knew that. But getting that busted front wing at that moment was just, why? There was no point. There was absolutely no point for Russell to do what he did. I was well outside of him, and then he just swerved into me and killed my front wing. It made no sense. He shouldn't have done that. There's no way that he should have done that.
Let's review the drivers' standings. More points for
Oh, Leclerc started in third. Oh, Tykesman, you're thinking about last race. Leclerc started in 12th last race because he took the grid penalty. But like I said, it was Albon that started down in 17th. As you can see, he finished at 12th, but he started in 17th because he took the grid penalty there. Vettel's in 4th, Verstappen in 5th, Sainz, Ricardo, Perez, Norris, and Raikkonen round out your top 10. Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Giovinazzi, and Grosjean are your top 15. Then Kvyat, Magnussen, Russell, myself, and Ocon DNFing, which makes me not finish in last once again. Thank you for your sacrifice, Esteban. It will not go unnoticed.
The table. Now, let's discuss that.
Will not go unnoticed. God damn it.
Good day today.
I don't want to hear it, Claire. Good day today. No, I don't want to hear it.
I've heard rumours that you're interested in moving to this team. Is there any truth to that?
No thanks. I have no plans to go to AlphaTauri.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Claire, I'm not even going to address that. I'm not going to entertain that comment.
Sounds like there's some work to do back at the factory.
Hey, do you want to go to AlphaTauri? No. Just big old no. Wow. And just like last time, the rivalry is already over before it even began, as Giovinazzi continuing to up his stranglehold on me. Words out. Words are a tough thing to do. Also, it is halfway through driver career, so the new contract should be up.
The renewal window has opened. We can try and renegotiate for a better deal with our current team, or approach someone else.
Renegotiate with current team. Yes, I want to stay with Williams because that is the whole purpose of this challenge, trying not to suck with Williams. So we're going to renegotiate with Williams and see what they say. So
here you can make salary demands to the team.
Let's figure this shit out.
Any extra over your base salary will go into your perk fund. The more you demand, the lower the chances of our success. Do make sure that you
then spend it on driver perks.
Anything unrealistic for your acclaim.
Well, we'll see what we'll see if it's different. How different it is from 2019. Pablo Sky, thank you very much for the follow, my dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. So I wonder if this is different to last year's driver contracts. In demand, 1-on-1. Okay, so what do we got here? So currently I'm making 1.52. Team demands is basically, am I available? And driver claim, level 0. That's fine. I could go for the medium risk and see what they say. I have signed a higher contract worth the medium risk. I now have $250,000 for usage in perks. Yeah. What can I even use for... Oh, power mapping. Yeah, we gotta do that one. Reduces engine wear by 10%. Yeah, that's an automatic. We gotta do that one. Meaning that I'm only down now to $20,000 in perk money, which is not going to be a major thing for me. It's just not gonna happen. Kidoke. So I should be getting... Durability upgrade is great.
Okay. We've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
I don't really care about the acclaim, so we'll move on from that. R&D-wise, everything is being built out. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that the R&D, all these parts that we just had for the engine, for the chassis, they actually went through without any problems. I'm so happy. So we're going to do and build this up. This will get done after the Hungarian Grand Prix. If it goes well, it'll get done after the Hungarian Grand Prix. And if this goes well, same deal, should get done after the Hungarian Grand Prix. So, aero developments on the horizon. You'll love to see it. We need to get this shit done, and we need to get it done quickly in order to make this car not a flat boat. That's what we just need. We just need not to be a flat boat. And then I said before, after the Belgian Grand Prix was when I was going to stop completely in building out my car so I can save up my R&D points leading into the regulations coming down at the Japanese Grand Prix. So I figured by the Belgian Grand Prix, that should be enough time to get enough points between that, Italian, Singapore, Russia, leading into Japan, which will allow me to have enough points accrued and make whatever departments they deem needing regulated, that'll all get taken care of with the amount of points that I'll get. So, like I said, Belgian Grand Prix, that's going to be the hard stop for me as to stopping the R&D points, building up the car. We got our new contract, so we're going to be with Williams. I'm sure Williams is so happy with me that we're back for the rest of the season for more money. But it is what it is. We're trying to make this damn car not suck. And we're trying. We're getting there. We're still not out of the basement, though. That's the problem. Look at that. We're still under 500 vehicle performance, even after the 2 major upgrades that I just did. We're still at the bottom. We're still under 500. AlphaTauri's getting close. AlphaTauri's getting close. Renault, Alfa Romeo, they're all kind of bunching up down here at the middle bottom pack. Same thing with Haas and McLaren. Actually, pretty much everybody from 5th to 9th is all bunched up right there, like the 515, 520 range. They're all very, very much clumped together. That just means that they're not going to be building out their car for like the next 2 race weekends, for all we know. Whereas we're still putting all of our time and effort into building out this sad sack of a car, and we're still not even close to getting not the worst car. We're still not close to the second to worst car. But like I said, by the end of the season, I'm hoping to be, consistently around 16th place, 15th, 16th place. That's the goal. I would also like to have the car not last in vehicle performance going forward by the end of the season, and then going forward from there. Facility-wise, once again, I have no idea what they are doing facility-wise. Everything is still being put into durability and not into powertrain, chassis, and aero, which is what I need right now. I don't care about the durability of the engine. This durability of the engine just does not matter when I need to build up the other 3. So Williams they got their mind in the wrong place. They're putting the money in the wrong place. Got to build up the other stuff instead.